Robles 2010 Sauvignon Blanc from the Jardine, who knows, vineyard in Paso Robles. So we're talking very specific vineyards here with the Jardine, whatever it is, vineyard. It's the majority of the grapes, because they are naming the vineyard on the label, majority of the grapes do have to come from that vineyard. So they really are not allowed to buy in other grapes for their needs. Everything else has to come from the Jardine vineyard, which normally when you start naming specific vineyards, you talk kind of an elevated price, which, you know, this is a little bit. I mean, $16 average retail, but that's still fairly, you know, reasonable for a single vineyard Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc, whether you know it or not, but it's kind of a nerdy wine fact, was actually crossed with, they believe, Cabernet Franc to give us Cabernet Sauvignon. So Sauvignon Blanc is kind of the parent, I guess it's the mom of Cabernet Sauvignon. And really, as you look at you know, wine regions in the world, New Zealand has been, you know, hugely just kind of pumping out Sauvignon Blanc, it seems, and there's been a little bit of a industry sort of backlash against it, because they all kind of start tasting a little bit the same. You know, they were modelling it after like the Sancerre region of France, but Sauvignon Blanc is really the main white grape of the Bordeaux region of France. So anytime you hear somebody say, you know, white Bordeaux, or you see a white Bordeaux on a wine list, chances are it's going to be, you know, a majority Sauvignon Blanc with some Semillon blended in. So let's give this one a little try, shall we? Now, I don't normally aerate white wines, but I figure, what the hell, I've started doing it more and more these days, so I really do feel it brings out the aroma on the wine quite a bit. So it looks kind of cool, yeah. So Hans Neff is actually a Swiss guy. He's the man with the plan, the guy behind Vina Robles. He did a little bit of everything in Switzerland, so it seems. He was an engineer, a developer, an architect, a restaurateur, and I guess he was obviously out to conquer the world, because now he's getting into winemaking. So he's really the man with the plan. He's not really doing, you know, too much of the winemaking, but Vina Robles is his winery. So I think everybody's idea of Sauvignon Blanc has been a little bit tainted by New Zealand. Certainly there's some New Zealand-y-esque, you know, Sancerre, Sauvignon Blanc-esque sort of characteristics straight on the nose. You do get that sort of freshly squeezed lime juice. But yeah, definitely nowhere near as in your face as New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. It's got that minerality, but it's not like this super bracing acidity. There is other fruit in there just besides like lemons and limes, you know. There's peach, there's pear, a little bit of pear, there's some apricot lingering in there as well. It's kind of grassy flavour to a certain degree. Doesn't go undergo any oak aging whatsoever, so it preserves that crisp, that refreshing acidity kind of character, and it doesn't undergo this. I'll put it up on the screen down here. Malolactic fermentation to give it that kind of buttery kind of taste that a lot of Chardonnays go through. So no malolactic fermentation, just transforms malic acid into lactic acid. Kind of nerdy, but for those of you that know, yeah, there you go. So very interesting little wine, to say the least. It's definitely not your normal Sauvignon Blanc, at least when you think of New Zealand and Sancerre, those kind of things. This is much less kind of in your face, but very easy drinking. Probably the wrong time of year to be drinking it, bearing in mind it's winter. But check this one out. Vina Robles, Sauvignon Blanc, Jardine, whatever, vineyard. Paso Robles, $16-ish retail, and cheers.